simple daily walking trick that strengthens your legs. Walking is something so ordinary that we rarely pause to appreciate its power. We walk to the kitchen to make coffee, across the street to check the mail, through the aisles of a store, or around the neighborhood to stretch our legs. For most of us, walking feels automatic, something that just happens. But underneath this simplicity lies one of the most effective tools for building strength, protecting health, and preserving independence as we age. The legs are our foundation, and walking is both the test and the training ground for that foundation. When we walk well, life feels easier. When we walk poorly, everything becomes harder. Legs carry us through decades of life, but many people discover too late that their stride has become weaker, stiffer, and less trustworthy. A slow decline in walking ability doesn't just affect exercise, it ripples into every part of daily life. Climbing stairs feels daunting. Carrying groceries becomes a balancing act. Even standing for long periods leaves you drained. Weak legs shrink your world. But strong legs expand it, giving you the confidence to go further, stay active longer, and keep up with family and friends. That's why learning to walk with strength is one of the simplest but most profound investments you can make in your health. Here's the surprising truth. Walking by itself is not always enough. Many people walk every day, but they do so with habits that actually weaken the legs. Shuffling steps, slamming the heels, or letting the knees lock out at each stride slowly erode the muscles while piling stress onto the joints. Over months and years, these habits build up, leaving the body sore, fatigued, and unstable. But when you adjust the way you walk, when you take the same daily steps with just a bit more attention, you turn an ordinary movement into a strength-building exercise. That's the secret we're going to explore today. A simple daily walking trick that strengthens your legs without adding more time or effort to your day. Think about how many steps you take in 24 hours. It could be 2,000, it could be 10,000, depending on your routine. Each one of those steps is an opportunity to reinforce strength or to repeat weakness. Most people are unintentionally repeating weakness. But imagine if you flipped the script. Imagine if each step, instead of wearing your body down, built it back up. That's the power of this trick. It doesn't change the number of steps you take. It changes the quality of those steps. And when you multiply that improvement by hundreds or thousands of steps each day, you begin to feel the difference in your body very quickly. Walking is free, available anywhere, and safe for nearly everyone. Unlike running or jumping exercises, walking is gentle on the joints. That's why it's the perfect foundation. But to unlock its full potential, you need to bring back the detail most people have forgotten, the finish of the step. Instead of dropping your foot and dragging yourself forward, you roll smoothly from the heel through the arch to the ball of the foot and finally push off with the toes. That little push-off is the secret ingredient. It engages the calves, wakes the hamstrings, and activates the glutes, the powerful muscles that stabilize your hips and protect your knees. Without it, your steps are lazy and incomplete. With it, every stride becomes a rep in the strongest workout nature ever designed. Before we dive into the how-to of this technique, let's zoom out to the bigger picture. Stronger walking doesn't just help the legs, it helps the entire body. When your legs engage fully, your core naturally tightens, your spine aligns, and your posture improves. Your balance steadies because your muscles are firing in harmony. Your breathing becomes easier because your rib cage is lifted instead of collapsed. Even your mood can brighten because purposeful walking signals to your brain that you are capable, active, and moving forward, literally and figuratively. Walking is not just transportation. It is your daily opportunity to invest in strength, balance, and freedom. By changing just one detail, by finishing each step, you'll transform a mindless habit into a life-changing exercise. Now that you understand why walking matters so much, let's dive into the actual trick itself. It's simple enough that you can practice it right now in your living room, yet powerful enough that it can reshape how your legs feel for the rest of your life. The secret lies in the way you finish each step. Most of us just swing a leg forward, slap the heel down, flatten the foot, and shift weight to the next leg. That pattern is incomplete. It bypasses some of the most important muscles in the lower body, leaving them underused and eventually weakened. The walking trick is about reclaiming the full step, heel to toe, smooth roll, and a gentle push-off that propels you forward with strength instead of drag. Here's how to do it. Stand tall with your head lifted, shoulders relaxed, and arms resting naturally at your sides. Take a step forward. Let the heel make first contact with the ground, not with a harsh slam, but like a soft handshake. As your body weight transfers, feel it glide from the heel across the midfoot. Then allow it to roll naturally toward the ball of the foot. Finally, here's the crucial finish. Press lightly through the toes, especially the big toe, as if you are pushing the ground away behind you. That little press-off activates the calves, wakes up the hamstrings, and calls the glutes into action. Your stride no longer ends passively. It ends with purpose. The first time you try this, you may be surprised by how different it feels. The calves may tighten slightly, the thighs may feel more stable, and your hips may sense a new firmness. These are good signs. They tell you that the larger, more powerful muscles are stepping back into their role. At the same time, you'll notice your posture improving almost automatically. When you push off the ground with intention, your trunk stacks taller and your breathing becomes easier. It's as if your whole body responds to the invitation to move with more integrity. Don't worry if it feels awkward at first. Most new habits do. Think of it like learning a simple dance move. The first few repetitions feel mechanical, but once your body learns the rhythm, it becomes fluid. At the beginning, exaggerate the motion slightly. Really notice the heel touch, the roll, and the toe push. This helps program the pattern into your muscles. Over a few days, it will smooth out until it feels natural. There are a few things to watch for as you practice. First, avoid overpushing. The goal is not to launch yourself like a runner, but to finish the step gently and completely. The feeling should be springy, not forceful. Second, don't lock your knees. A locked knee interrupts the fluid chain of motion and adds stress to the joint. Keep them soft and mobile. Third, let your arms swing naturally at your sides. The arm swing balances the leg motion and makes the whole pattern more efficient. Try this for just 5 minutes. Walk across your room, down your hall, or along your driveway. Concentrate on heel, roll, toe, push. Repeat it like a quiet mantra. Heel, roll, toe, push. After a few minutes, pause and notice how your legs feel. You'll likely sense warmth in the calves, a little more awareness in the hips, and maybe even a slight lightness in your step. These sensations are proof that the trick is working. This small change does more than activate muscles. It improves balance. When you roll through the whole foot and finish with a push-off, your brain receives more information about your position in space. The tiny stabilizing muscles around the ankles and hips come alive, keeping you steadier on uneven ground. That's why physical therapists often teach this pattern to older adults recovering from weakness or imbalance. It reduces the risk of falls while strengthening the very muscles that protect you. Another bonus is circulation. The calf muscles act like a second heart, pumping blood upward toward the torso each time they contract. But if you walk lazily, those muscles barely squeeze. Add the push-off, and suddenly the pump is working with every step. That means less swelling in the ankles, lighter legs, and more oxygen flowing to the tissues. People often report that after a week of practicing, their legs feel less heavy at the end of the day. And let's not forget posture. A lazy walk often comes with a slouched trunk and a downward gaze. A finished walk naturally lifts the body. When the step ends with purpose, the spine aligns, the core gently engages, and the head rises. You look and feel more confident. This isn't just cosmetic. It relieves strain on the back and allows your lungs to expand more fully. It may sound like a lot to think about, But the beauty of this trick is how quickly it becomes second nature. After a week or two, you'll find yourself walking with finish automatically. Each step becomes a tiny exercise rep, strengthening the legs, improving circulation, and enhancing balance. Multiply that by the hundreds or thousands of steps you take each day, and you begin to understand why such a simple change delivers such profound results. Now that you've learned the walking trick, heel, roll, toe, push, it's time to weave it into a daily routine. Remember, knowledge alone doesn't change the body, practice does. The beauty of this trick is that it doesn't require you to find extra hours in the day. It simply refines the steps you already take. Think of it as polishing a skill you've had since childhood, but with the intention of making it stronger, smoother, and safer. The best way to begin is with what I like to call the 5-minute leg reset. It's short enough to be realistic on the busiest days, yet powerful enough to create noticeable change. Start by standing tall, feet hip-width apart, shoulders relaxed, and jaw unclenched. Take one slow breath to settle your attention. Now, begin walking forward using the heel-to-toe roll and deliberate push-off. For the first minute, keep your steps short and focus on precision. Think of yourself as tracing the outline of your foot against the ground. Heel touches, weight glides, ball engages, toes finish. Smooth, steady, repeat. In minutes 2 and 3, let your stride lengthen just slightly. Nothing dramatic, no lunges, no marching, just enough that the finish of each step feels springy and alive. If you enjoy mental anchors, pick a focus. You might imagine a string gently lifting the crown of your head, helping your posture. Or you might quietly say the rhythm in your mind: heel, roll, push, float. These cues keep your attention in the present and make the routine almost meditative. In minutes 4 and 5, shrink the steps again and chase smoothness. Imagine gliding, not pounding. The trick here is quality over quantity. You are not trying to break a sweat or rack up mileage. You are teaching your nervous system and muscles the art of efficient, strong walking. End with 30 seconds of very slow steps, almost like a bow to your legs in gratitude for their work. Then pause, breathe, and notice how your body feels. Many people report warmth in the calves, a new awareness in the hips, and even a calmer mind. This is the foundation. 5 minutes daily is enough to begin reprogramming your stride. Over time, you can extend it to 10 or 15 minutes if you like, but don't feel pressured. On days when life is hectic, even 2 minutes of conscious walking is better than none. The real magic comes from consistency. Just like brushing your teeth, the habit is small in the moment but massive in the long run. So what can you expect? Within the first week, you may feel soreness in muscles that have been dormant. That's not a bad sign. It's proof that the calves, hamstrings, and glutes are finally joining the conversation. Within 2 weeks, most people notice improved balance. They feel more sure-footed stepping off a curb or turning quickly in the kitchen. By the end of the first month, endurance improves. The same walk that used to leave you tired now feels easier. Even climbing stairs may feel less demanding because your glutes are taking their rightful share of the work. Another change you may notice is in posture. Lazy walking often drags the trunk downward. With the push-off trick, the spine stacks taller, the chest opens, and breathing becomes more comfortable. People are sometimes surprised that their mood improves too. That's because posture doesn't just reflect how we feel. It influences it. Walking tall can make you feel more energetic, more confident, and even more optimistic. This daily reset is not just about legs. It's about reclaiming movement quality across your whole body. Your balance steadies because your muscles are firing together. Your joints ache less because the workload is being shared more evenly. Your circulation improves because the calf pump is finally doing its job. Each of these benefits stacks quietly, until one day you realize you've been moving with less fear and more freedom. And here's the best part. This isn't a short-term program with an end date. This is a sustainable practice you can keep for life. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or 80. As long as you can walk, you can refine your stride. The benefits never expire. Walking will always be free, always be available, and always be worth your time. So give yourself the gift of 5 mindful minutes each day. Think of it as pressing reset on your legs, reminding them how to move with strength and grace. Day by day, step by step, the results will accumulate. You'll find yourself standing taller, moving steadier, and living more fully. Not through dramatic workouts, but through the ordinary magic of walking done well. Motivation is the heartbeat of every habit. Without it, even the simplest routines fade. But here's the beauty of this walking trick. It's not built on willpower. It's built on design. You already walk every single day. This practice doesn't demand extra time, fancy equipment, or complicated instructions. It simply asks you to change how you walk. By weaving strength into your daily steps, you turn an ordinary action into extraordinary progress. So how do you stay motivated? First, remember the why. You're not just strengthening muscles, you're protecting independence. Every finished step is a small investment in a life where you can still climb stairs, stroll markets, join family outings, or travel with ease. Strong legs are not about vanity. They're about freedom. Picture yourself months from now, moving with more stability, less pain, and greater confidence. Let that vision be the fuel that carries you through the days when motivation feels thin. Second, design your environment to make the practice automatic. Place your walking shoes by the door where you see them. Put a sticky note near the mirror that says, "Finish your steps." Set a gentle reminder on your phone at a time when 5 minutes is realistic. Small cues like these reduce the mental effort of remembering. They help the practice survive even on busy days when your mind is elsewhere. Third, celebrate small wins. Strength doesn't arrive in a dramatic flash. It creeps in quietly. You notice that standing from a chair feels smoother. You realize you haven't stumbled on a curb in weeks. You climb stairs carrying groceries without pausing. These are victories worth noting. Write them down, tell a friend, or simply smile at the progress. Every small sign is proof that the trick is working. And let's be clear, missing a day is not failure. Life happens. Maybe you're traveling, maybe you're tired, maybe you're caught up in errands. That's fine. Consistency is built not on never missing, but on always returning. If a calf feels tender, shorten the walk. If the weather is bad, practice indoors. If you miss 2 days, resume on the third. Forgiveness is part of sustainability. What matters is not streaks, it's persistence over months and years. After 3 months of consistent practice, something remarkable happens. Other people begin to notice. A friend may comment that your posture looks taller. A grandchild may say you move faster than before. You may realize that tasks you once dreaded, climbing stairs, standing in line, walking long distances, now feel manageable. The compound interest of small steps has become visible. This is the payoff of patience. What about the long term? 6 months, a year, even longer? The answer is simple. It keeps working. Muscles respond to what they're asked to do. If you keep finishing your steps, they keep strengthening. If you stop, they weaken again. The habit is the key. As long as you keep practicing, even in small doses, your legs continue to reward you with strength, balance, and energy. Let's bring this all together with a clear, simple plan. Starting today, give yourself 5 minutes. Walk heel to toe, roll smoothly, push off with the toes. Feel the calves, thighs, and hips participate. Tomorrow, repeat. Next week, notice how the steps feel steadier. Next month, notice how your endurance grows. In 3 months, celebrate how your body has changed, not from a dramatic program, but from the humble, consistent power of finishing your steps. And as you continue, keep reminding yourself, this isn't just about walking. It's about living. It's about preserving the freedom to go where you want, to do what you love, and to stay engaged in the world around you. Strong legs are your passport to a fuller life. Every finished step is a stamp in that passport. So let's step forward, literally. Walk with finish. Walk with purpose. Walk with the quiet knowledge that you're not just moving. You're building strength, reclaiming freedom, and investing in a future where your legs continue to carry you with pride. Forward.